Welcome back to the TriFecta Airsoft podcast. I'm your host, E-Rock. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you never miss another podcast. Also, do me a favor. Go on to whatever podcast app you listen to us on and give us a rating and review. That really helps us rank in the searches. Thank you so much. Let's get into the podcast.
We're making a run up to HTK for some competition. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah, we got Pumbaa coming in with us, so it'll be fun.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, dude. Welcome to the podcast, man.
Thank you.
Hell yeah. So you are Houdini Airsoft.
Mm-hmm.
That's your, is that your call sign? The HSA Houdini?
Yeah, that is my call sign, yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
It's actually a name I got from my original team, Praetorians Airsoft. I actually got my old OG shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
Very old Praetorian shirt, but.
Yeah, Pumbaa said you used to be a part of that team.
Yeah, we ran together. I'd probably say 5-6 years Praetorian straight, so.
Okay.
A while.
Hell yeah.
I made the jump over to HSA.
Yeah, I see that flag back there. That's cool.
Yeah, Hit Squad. That's who I roll with now.
Okay. I wonder what it stood for. Yeah.
Yep. Hit Squad Airsoft. Yep.
Cool. Hell yeah.
So we got some guys out west. We got a squad out west. Some of our new prospects we just picked up just placed third down in Tampa for the qualifier, the regionals qualifier. So it's we're doing pretty good, man. We're doing pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So you guys travel around for tournaments and stuff then?
Yeah, so HSA is all over, man. So we got main guy down in Oklahoma, I do believe. Then we got one over in a few down in Florida, one over in North Carolina. So we're just kind of a few up in Indiana. So we're just kind of spread out. You got me here in Tennessee, so we're spread out. But we all typically
these are all different
together.
Parts of the team, or different areas. Okay, same team, different areas. I've seen that quite a bit, actually. I talked to, I guess the first time I realized that was a thing was I talked to a girl that was in South Africa, and she's part of One Legion. And I saw a bunch of other people that I followed on Instagram that were part of that same, One Legion. I was like, and she was telling me on the podcast, yeah, that's the same. It's just we're in different, parts of the world. I said, oh, that's kind of cool.
That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't made it over to the across the pond yet. So
yeah,
hope that's definitely a goal, is to get a staple in over that way too. So that would be nice.
How does that work? I'm curious. Like when. So where did HSA start? Like who started it? Where did it start? And then how do they branch out to different states? Like how does that work?
And so the founder is he goes by Black Zanotti. He lives in Oklahoma. He is the founder and creator of HSA. Him and his wife, his girl, had put it together.
Gotcha.
From there, HSA's been around far before I was on the team. So I got recruited in, I don't know, it's probably been 5-6 months now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some stuff happened through the team with one of our fellas. We had to let go. The captain position bounced down to me, and just been kind of running the squad, getting everybody. We had to rebuild the squad, so we had to branch out more, and we just started growing, started reaching out.
So how did you get, if you're in Tennessee and Black Zanotti, actually, I did not know that he was the founder of that. I just found him today. Somebody had tagged him on one of their posts, and it might have been you. I don't know, but and I just saw it today, and I went to his YouTube channel, subscribed, and then followed him on Instagram. I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna hit this guy up, have talked to him sometime. But so he's in Oklahoma. You're in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. How were you contacted? Did he just hit you up online and like, hey, we want to branch out to a different state?
Well, apparently I had been looking to get more into the travel side of airsoft, get a taste for more different competition, different, get a flavor of all of it all around.
Right.
Wasn't really getting that at that, with my current team with the Praetorians. We didn't
Mm.
really move around a whole lot, we did hit some spots here and there, but I wanted more travel out of it. And it was just so HSA really had that for me. It was an opportunity,
Yeah.
so I got a phone call and was asked to come fill in for them down at SS, down in
Oh,
Georgia.
yeah.
So I made a drop of the dime like night before plan, and then drove down and made a trip
Yeah.
out of it. I work nights too, so I get off.
Oof.
I get off Friday morning. I work 4 10s, right, Monday through
Oh,
Thursday.
okay.
So I get up Friday. I get off work Friday morning. I hop in my ride and I'm going down to freaking Atlanta after just working a 10-hour shift.
Mm-hmm.
So I drive all the way down there. I'm dog tired by the time I get there.
Sure.
Luckily I get there the day ahead, so I had time to rest before the tournament. Played in the tournament first time with these guys. We placed fourth out of like an 18, 19 team tournament. We
Yeah.
placed fourth place, and that was pretty much downhill from there, or uphill from there, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a couple weeks
Okay.
later. Met up with them, played them with them again, and then I got the offer to join up, and I just I liked what I had. I liked what I seen. I liked how we played,
Right.
so
So I
jumped on
guess
it,
there's
man.
a benefit for having like teams like that spread out throughout the country. Like I guess for tournament play, right? Like the team name gets represented in those all these different tournaments, even though the main group that started it is in a one state, whatever, and it's like they're not the whole team's not traveling all around to these different tournaments, just those local ones. But do you guys ever get together with, or everybody that's all around?
So, yeah, there's typically a lot of us that whenever we do go to a tournament, there's typically a lot of us that'll show up.
Yeah.
If not, at the least one solid team will show up. But that team is being pulled from all these other areas. You
Yeah.
know, so we don't get the day, 1-2 days a week practice with each other
Right.
like a lot of these local teams did.
Sure.
Like with Praetorians, we practiced all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Nashville represented us. They would let us come in exclusive on the field, have a couple hours of practice time. Super super awesome place, super great
Yeah.
people. So I don't really get that with HSA at the moment. So
Right.
be able to pull together at a tournament, and we don't really get to practice day in and day out together and
Mm-hmm.
pull third, second, third, top five. Man, that's
That's
kind of
good.
hard for me to like turn away from. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no, that's
Um,
good, man. Yeah, for real.
so, but we Scotto's gonna love this whenever he watches it. One of the four horsemen OGs, up in here. He pretty much runs our west side, our West
Okay.
Coast squad for the most part.
Yeah.
He's always digging at me, get innocuous because they got Snapshot. It's a VR version of basically airsoft.
Oh shit.
And yeah, you should look into it, man. There's YouTube vids and stuff.
Yeah, I've got an Oculus sitting right here.
Yeah, it's called Snapshot, man.
Oh, I'll have
You
to
should
check it out.
totally check it out. I bet you'd probably love it.
Okay.
So he's been
I've only worn
punching
it
out.
once, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Quest. He said the original Quest is just fine. That's what most people run. So
Gotcha.
just check into that. So yeah, he's been stabbing at me about doing that, but I had too much fun building kappas. I actually just finished another one 2 or 3 days ago, actually,
Yeah.
over here. So
Okay.
it's
Hell yeah, dude.
I can quit building kappas. I could buy an Oculus.
Oh, I'm sure, man. It's between buying all the airsoft gear, paying to play at different events,
Mhm.
and then whatever kind of travel that includes. It's yeah, that's your full time job. Money goes to that kind of stuff.
I mean, it does, man. It takes a lot of planning. It really does. So
Hmm.
me and Pumbaa, he mentioned it in y'all's podcast that hitting up EA up in Rhode Island.
Right.
Yeah, that drive, we were thinking, man. And, we go to Shot Zone. We love that field. It's definitely my number one most favorite field on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ethan, the guy that runs it. It's phenomenal field.
Yeah.
It's like a 5 hour one way.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, we'll even stay through the weekend, right? We'll get a hotel and crash, drive 5 hours back, and that 5 hours back we hate it.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? And we're like, dude, you want to do 17 and a half hours? 18 to 20 with traffic? You know what I mean? Like,
dude.
I'll pass, man. I think we need to try that. We need to try the planes on this one.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
yeah,
see.
I know.
See how that goes. Hopefully it goes pretty smooth.
Right. Well, you know what I've heard of too is some people that I've talked with in the past. They said if they have to fly, they'll actually ship their gear, like put in a big box. It might cost 30, 40, $50, whatever, to ship it, but both ways. But they'll box it up and ship to somebody that they know they're close with into that in that area that they're going to be playing at. And that way they don't have to worry about trying to get all that shit on the plane. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it might be worth it.
I've heard of some people having issues with that too. They'll send it a week ahead, and then they'll get there and it still hasn't arrived, or it's lost.
Shit.
It's lost in the mail, or
God, yeah.
There was 2 days of bad weather, so it's delayed, or something of that nature. But
that would be horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Jesus.
I've seen that happen. So I don't know, Scotto, once again, brilliant mind. He talked me. He talked me into getting some of these. They're, especially if you have an iPhone, they're basically like GPS trackers. They're like little trackers you can put.
Oh shit!
Like little bitty.
Oh yeah.
Trackers you can put in your stuff, so where you're.
Oh man, that's nice.
You know where your crap's at. So
right.
If I'm on the plane flying and I check my phone and my bags aren't flying with me, there's a problem. You know what I mean? So
that's a good idea.
I'm going to try that route. We're going to see how that works. Hopefully it's not a problem. So
right. Yeah, that's a good idea, man.
So they're not that expensive.
You and I just found out about you not long ago, and I hit you up, and I can't remember where I saw it. I think it was on your Instagram. Excuse me, your bio. Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
What's up?
I know you can't hear me.
Crazy boy. Let me do this.
Yeah.
Okay? No. That's my oldest. That's Max. He's 8.
Oh, okay.
Me and Pumbaa got kids. Both of our kids are around the same age. I got an 8-year-old and 4. He's got 9 and 3, I think. 9 and 4.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. That's cool. Is he? Has he shown an interest in playing airsoft at all?
He's very interested in it. I don't think he's ready for it. I took him out in the backyard, did the good hey, if you can't take this, you're not ready. Yep. Centered him where I hit him in the die first, so he's kind of like gets it, and then I centered him in the chest, and he got little crocodile tears and tried to be strong, tried to rub it off, but
it stings, man.
I got him a vest and stuff, but if he can't, you're not always going to get hit in the vest. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, from what I've heard, man, it's you could have 90% of your body covered, pretty decent, and the 10% that's not, that's where the BB finds.
Yes. Pumbaa again. I got older video on my YouTube. It was like a montage of all of the Praetorian guys, just some open public play, some fun stuff. Yeah. There was this one Milsim guy that we, real cool dude. We was talking to outside, and he's like, man, I don't know what it is, but I got all of this chest rig on. They always want to shoot right below my chest rig. You know what I mean? Or right below my stuff. Uh-huh. And Pumbaa comes up behind the old guy, has the bead on him. Dude doesn't know he's there. Totally shoots right below his chest rig. Right? I mean, it was like he took his time.
Oh,
Point
oh, that's
blank.
funny.
Dude holds
Yes.
dude holds his back and turns and sees it's Pumbaa and he's like, "Bro, we talked about this. Like, come
Yeah,
on."
that's why I did it because we talked about it.
It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny. He walked off
Oh,
holding his
that's
back.
great. Oh my God, that's funny.
You know, Pumbaa being the genuine guy, he tries to apologize, and yeah, it's pretty funny.
Oh, that's hilarious,
Good
man. Hell
times,
yeah.
good times.
Right. I mean, you leave there with, obviously some welts, but you're not going to forget those moments.
Not at all.
Oh, it's hilarious. Yeah. I mean, paintball was the same thing. When I played paintball, it didn't happen all the time, but it's more memorable when you get hit somewhere that doesn't really, sting that bad. Now, most of us we didn't wear anything. We wore jeans and a t-shirt when we were out. It was just pickup games, me and my buddies. We played a couple of times, like formal, we played a handful of times at a field, but like an actual like speedball event. But most of the time it was just, in my buddy's backyard, kind of, 11 acres in the woods. But it was always those memorable ones where you turn your neck like this, you turn to, talk to your
Mm.
buddy or give a hand signal, and then this sniper is laying in a fucking, covered up with leaves, hits you. I mean, he hit me right here in the jugular. I was like, bro, I mean, it took me in my knees.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, paintballs, BBs hurt too, but paintballs have
The
they're
mass,
heavy.
the mass of them. Yeah,
Oh, I mean, it's got some knockdown power,
yeah.
especially at close range. So I was definitely, I'll never forget that one for sure. But
Yeah,
yeah, it seems like that's the common thing. If somebody doesn't wear it, oh, I forgot my gloves today. That's when they start getting shot in the fingers.
all
You
over the
know,
hands. Yep.
you won't
Knuckle
forget
shots aren't
those. Those
fun.
hurt.
Yeah, knuckle shots are not fun at all.
My only
At all.
experience was, making my boys shoot me in the hand. I was like, go on, it ain't gonna hurt. I just held my hand out like this, and just riddled this whole thing with a 90 round mid cap and full auto 380
Oh,
FPS with point twos. And I was like, come on, it ain't gonna hurt. Because I was talking shit about, airsoft. This is probably a month or two into our channel. And I
right.
was still talking shit about it. So anyway, it was, yeah. But I don't have any experience on the field with airsoft, just paintball. But based on that, I can imagine, getting hit in the knuckles. Boy,
Yeah,
those tendons are not forgiving.
yeah. They'll swell up. They'll swell up. You catch a few good ones on the knuckles,
Hmm.
you'll get swollen. I think the worst one I've ever gotten was a pub play. I come around the corner. I still don't know to this day how the hell he hit me in this particular way, but pistol. I come around the corner. Somehow, the very tip of my pinky, head on, pow, gets
Oh,
shot. Man, I had to drill my fingernail to get the blood out. It was,
oh,
bro, it was swollen. That was probably the hardest, one of the like worst shots I've
I'm
taken
sure.
to date. But I've played both sides of the fence, man. I did paintball for like 5 years.
Okay.
I played some competitive style, speedball type stuff,
Yeah.
backwoods type stuff. Paintball, I'm not dogging it. There's a lot of stuff that has been pulled from the paintball area as far as like styles of play on the field,
Hmm.
reading your enemies, uh,
Right.
dominating the field, controlling, that kind of stuff is very transparent between the two.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So there's a lot of similarities in it.
for
Uh,
sure. And I
you just
think
don't you just don't have the lob anymore, and you
no,
know what I
yeah,
mean. They're straight
yeah.
beams. They're
Well, you got replicas. You've
yeah. You
got, I
got
mean,
any
I was just talking with
any
somebody
choice for
about
your
this.
flavor.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what paintball is missing. I mean,
Mhm.
I know they got the mag fed stuff now, but it's not as versatile or diverse, I guess, as airsoft. I mean, you know, if you play airsoft, well, not only that, just the equipment itself. So you have all these different replica guns that shoot different ways and different, all kind of different. Just take one airsoft gun. You can use it as an AEG, or you can strip it out and do a HPA, or you can, change the spring out if you leave it at AJ or AG and up your FPS. Like there's all these different things that you can do to modify this just one
Yep.
weapon to make it look badass. You can build it off of a Tarkov, your
Right.
Tarkov character.
You got people
Paintball
making
is like
ray guns out of them. Like,
right,
yeah.
exactly. The tracers. I mean, all kind of shit. Paintball is just regular paint, which is all standard. There's no different weights, right? Like there is with BBs, heavier weights, whatever. And then the paintball guns, you can't really modify them too much. It's like they all work the same way. All the internals are the same. Like me and my buddies, we all had tip 98s, which was popular at that time. Solid guns, solid guns. But it does get old when you start adding some variety in there, like Airsoft has. It's crazy how diverse Airsoft is. You got mil sims. You got if you want to be hardcore, like military simulation style. Like this one guy I talked to in Russia. He's when they do milsim, their milsims, what they call milsim. If you go to a milsim in Russia, it is legit, like kind of like these milsim West. Like the continuous. It
Right.
is a real on, full on,
All through the
uh,
night type stuff.
all through the night. There's no breaks. You got to have authentic equipment on you.
Right.
If you sign up as a special forces unit thing, whatever, you got to have all the insignia. You got to have the exact things on your gear and all kind of shit, man. It's pretty crazy. So you could do that. You could do speed QB. You can do anything in between. Like there's a lot of diversity in airsoft. It makes it fun.
There's some cross, I guess you could say crossbreed type fields out there. They're outdoor,
Mm,
but there's areas of these outdoors that play like an indoor field.
gotcha.
You know what I mean? You can get
Yep.
the same passion in both areas.
Hmm.
That's kind of one thing that sort of limits most indoor fields is you don't really get the outdoor vibe
Right.
as far as stuff goes, but you still get your skirmish matches. Your capture the flags, your uh, you know uh, domination hill, or whatever the case may be,
Right.
right? So you still get all that good fun stuff in there.
Hell yeah.
Just more close and personal, and
Right.
less running back to respawn.
No
Yeah,
shit, dude.
yeah, yeah,
Shorter distance.
yes.
That's what Pumbaa said. He was like, "Yeah, I played outdoor. I did this, but I really like, the respawn being so close." No kidding,
10 steps as opposed to like 180 is
bro. Oh
pretty
yeah.
nice. Pretty nice.
Well,
And it's all flat ground too on that.
it's
So
all flat. This the Milsim we went to that I went to with these guys, where I just filmed and took pictures. They the AO is huge. GTI is in South Carolina, and really popular AO for Milsims. It's yeah, it's you're walking pretty far. Like when you now there is some differences too with that. Like Milsims, when you get shot, you're not completely dead, unless a grenade goes off by you. So you can get revived or whatever. But
medic and whatnot.
right.
But
So you don't have to every time you're not walking back to spawn every single time you get shot. But when you do have to go back, it's a fucking hike.
yeah, and it's
All this different terrain. They said there's one guy at GTI. They were walking through the woods, and it was after like a week of rain. Well, all this rain, of course, it was all mud everywhere, and then all these leaves had fallen on top of the. Well, they couldn't see this. There was a giant hole, like 4 feet deep, but it's full of water, and there was leaves on top of it, so it looked just like the regular ground they're walking on. They're walking in a group, and there's like three or four of them, and the fourth guy just disappears. Falls right in his whole thing, all the way up to his like over his chest. He climbs out, and they're like, "Holy shit, bro, you okay?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm fine." He's like, "I'm going back." So he went back to the thing. He's like, "I'm not gonna play." It was like 2 hour sessions, whatever they were doing. So he's like, "Fuck this, man. I'm gonna go back and change." So he just sat that one out because he was just like covered.
Dread.
His boots were totally full of mud. When he sunk in
Yeah,
there.
man, sounds like the Crucible all over again.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I was going to
Yeah,
ask you about this. I think it's on your bio. I think on Instagram. I saw you're a fellow jarhead. So
yeah, proud,
yeah,
proudly so. Yeah,
hoorah, buddy, for
ah,
real. Yeah, it's have you seen those memes? I mean, of course, all Marines are proud. That's like it's something to be proud of for sure. It's an intense lifestyle, intense boot camp. But I saw this meme a few years ago. One of my buddies I worked with he was young, and he went in the Marines. And when he was home on leave, he came in to visit me at our workplace before he went to uh, whatever school or whatever he was going to. So I
Right.
think he was going. I think he was infantry. I think he was going SOI. Well, he comes in. He's like, "Hey, check out this meme," because it was like something where some kind of anime character where it's like, um, they're like this, just straining and sweating and like, gritting their teeth. And it says something like, "This is a Marine going 10 minutes without telling somebody they're a Marine." I was like, no shit, right? But I mean, we are proud of it. It's a difficult thing
True.
for sure. And we're proud to get through that because that's, a lot of us go in because into the Marines anyway, especially because, hey, I want to see if I can do this. I want to see if I can
Right.
make it through this boot camp. I want to see if I can live this kind of intense lifestyle for whatever, however many years. But yeah. So
I guess a lot of that, my mentality was like, if I'm joining any branch, I could potentially get deployed, regardless of where I go.
right.
If I'm about to go over there and do some work, I want to be like as best prepared as possible.
Hmm.
And so Marines it is. Like,
Yeah.
and I don't mean to sound cliche, but to me it
Hey,
seems
well,
like the one to prepare me the best.
we've got that reputation for a reason. Like
It's
that
true.
kind of training. Yeah, that is for sure.
For those of you that don't believe us, just check the history.
Oh, dude,
That'll
I'm
speak for
telling
it.
you.
That'll
Well,
speak for
I was listening. I don't want to call them out, but I was listening to this one podcast, Airsoft thing, and these guys were uh, they were joking around. I know they were joking around. I don't, whatever, you can't hurt my one feeling kind of thing. But they were they were joking around, and and none of these guys had been in the military that were talking, and they played airsoft for hella amount of years, but they were making fun of the Marines because I guess one of the places they played had was either on the Marine base or whatever, and they're talking shit about how dumb these guys were, and I'm going,
it.
okay,
That's what we want.
yes,
You say that because that's what we want you to think.
exactly. We eat crayons. I got it. We eat crayons. Okay. so,
It's fine. It's fine.
so, but I'm going, this is so funny. What made it more funny, I guess, was that these guys aren't veterans. They're not, trained that way, of course. And then, they're, airsofters, mil sim, geared up, and they're like, these guys don't know what they're doing. And I'm like, okay, I hear you, buddy.
And then the heat comes their way. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
No shit, dude.
That's what happens.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
the milsim was well, I say milsim. It was more of just like an outdoor style. It
Yeah.
wasn't the hardcore, riding the freaking helicopter shooting people with LMGs, which is pretty dope.
Those are
Very
cool.
dope. That would be
Right.
super fun to do. I'm not going to front, but
No shit, dude.
um,
Yeah.
that would be nice. I've been invited to a couple of those, which it'll probably
Okay.
happen at some point. I just don't have any rifles.
Mm.
I am a pistol player, man.
Yeah.
I want to run up into your shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard not to call a point blank shot. You know what I mean? Like, you know.
Oh, listen, I want to talk about this video you put out on your Instagram here. But before that, what
My newest one,
huh? Yeah,
the
your
newest
newest
one
one.
today.
Yeah, go ahead and
Yeah,
talk about it. I mean, if you don't
yeah.
mind, because so I'm watching this and I see your little caption on there, and I'm waiting, so I see what happens, and I'm going, and then it cuts to somebody coming and talking, I guess a ref or something,
Yeah.
and I'm going, wait, what was the problem? Uh, so so anyway, why don't you explain what was going on there?
Well, this was a Speed QB Speed QB regionals qualifier match.
Yeah.
So the top three actually get to go towards the qualification to go to regionals, right?
Yeah.
Um, so that's under Speed QB rules and regulations. They tried telling him that that was one of the guys that we have recently brought over to HSA. Fantastic dude. He's only 17 and the kid's a savage.
Yeah.
The kid has stupid amounts of potential.
Yeah.
But he pulled the chair out from underneath old homeboy. You know, he set him up and knocked him down, and they tried telling him that it was against the rules to, you know, shoot someone in the head. It's
Yeah.
kind of like since when? Since when? I've been
Right.
to several of these fields, and I've been shot in the head before, across the field, point blank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If that's all they're showing, you mean to tell me I can't shoot it?
Right.
Number one. Number two, that's part of the game, bro.
It is.
There is nothing in the rules saying that he can't do that.
So on these
So
tournaments,
why are you penalizing my guys when they're fully in the rights of the rules?
exactly. So
You
is
know what
there?
I mean?
There's no MED, right? Like you
No,
guys don't do the MED in Speed
no,
QB? Okay,
not at
because I'm
all.
used to that with the mill sim, like hearing all these things about mill sims.
So
Well,
I'm not trying to be biased on it. I would understand if it was like a practice game, like, bro, it's a little excessive. Dial it back a little. But no, man, we're talking about regional qualifiers. You know what I mean?
I,
Like, headhunters are going to come out. You better just either soak it up, come back and do better, or get off the field, bro.
well, here's the thing that I saw as a person that's not experienced in airsoft, especially Speed QB stuff. What I saw in the video was I'm trying to figure out what the hell the problem was when it first when the video first happened. Like he didn't when he came around behind this guy, right? He like the guy would like first of all, be aware of your surroundings, okay?
Yep.
Secondly, if there's no MED, there's no minimum engagement distance, this is fair game.
Yep.
So now on the video, it didn't look like it was he didn't take his time like, okay, I'm going to purposely shoot it. He came around, adrenaline, come around the corner, pop, pop, pop. That's it.
As soon as he broke the corner and got an image on him, BBs
Yep.
came out.
Exactly.
Yep.
So he didn't purposely try to shoot him in the head like, oh, I'm going to hurt this guy. That's not what it was about. It was, hey, he got the shot on him, he got the drop on him, and he got him out. Yep. And he won. So
and it's not like no one talked any crap.
No.
Our guy hung the flag, fist bump, and went on about his way.
Yep.
He wasn't talking smack or nothing. Playing the game, just playing the game.
That's it. Right.
And it is what it is. Our boys came back from second to last. They placed third. They put in mad work. I'm super proud of the guys.
So you guys, you said they penalized him. Did they? What did they do? Take points or what?
Yeah,
how did that work?
I believe they gave us a 25-point deduction, if I'm not mistaken, which is equivalent to like shooting an enemy and getting them out.
Oh Jesus!
So
they basically took away that kill.
So if we were up just by a kill and took the round just by that kill, it's now tied.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So okay, and they didn't explain why, even though it's not in the rules.
Just told him to not shoot people in the head and to shoot lower.
I heard that ref say that in the video, but I was like,
that's literally all they said. You see him walk away after. Yeah.
Yeah, where's the rules?
Even even my guy was like, this is the game. Like, what do you mean?
Exactly.
Like, and he's been playing Speed QB for 5 years, man. The kid's only 17. He's only 17, but he's been doing this like Speed QB wise, young. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
He's not some kind of just rookie on the field.
I feel like so as somebody that knows nothing about like these tournaments and how strict rules are or whatever, for these games, when I say something, I'm guessing, I don't know, or I'm speculating, or I'm gathering, information from what I'm seeing or when I'm talking to somebody. So I would assume, this is just from me, I don't know, but when you have tournaments like this that are especially qualifying tournaments, when you started a qualifying tournament all the way up to and above, so to the actual tournament itself, Um, those should be stricter rules as far as, adhere to the rules, not more rules. Just
Right, right.
the refs should know the rules and adhere to them. Standard across the board for both teams and all players uh, until the very end. Even more so than like an open play or whatever. Like I could see a field owner or some refs going, "Hey, man, you guys are out here, training with your team, and it's open play, and the only people we got here that showed up today was like a birthday party. They didn't do a private one, whatever. And it's a bunch of
Right.
10-year-olds. Go easy on them, that kind of
Yeah,
shit. Of
yeah.
course, I could see there's extenuating circumstances, whatever, for that kind of shit. But
And
these,
and and we're not out here to try and demolish this
no,
sport.
you're just winning the game.
We're just playing the game to the best of our abilities. When he comes
Hmm.
around that bunker, he doesn't know if you're standing or crouched.
Exactly.
You could have been on a knee, and he could have been aiming high and shot over you.
Right.
So he comes high. That's just happened to be where you were, man, and you caught
Yeah.
3 of them. It
Yeah.
is
And
what it
the
is.
time it would take to stop and think and go, oh, aim at his butt or something, or
Right.
whatever. That guy could turn around and shoot you. So,
Yep. And
uh,
the builds were running 3 shots is 1 second.
oh,
You
it's
know,
fast,
you count
super
once, you got
fast.
3 or 4 out that barrel. You know what I
Right,
mean? It's
right,
so a triple tap is kind of a common thing.
for
It is a
sure.
common thing in this sport is a triple tap.
Yeah.
Some people don't feel the first one, but within the second and third one, they tend to, maybe feel it.
So let me ask you something on this, on these tournaments and qualifying. Qualifiers for tournaments. Do they? Do you have any kind of recourse to like? So your team got penalized 25 points. Do you have any way to say? Uh, hey, like an appeal or something that somebody else, hey, like who gets the final decision on those points?
In
You
most
take it away.
fields, no. In most fields, no. You don't get the opportunity to show footage or show them, hey, so and so is cheating or anything of that nature. The only field I've ever been to that actually does that and does it
Yeah.
very well is Shot Zone in Indiana. Uh,
Oh, okay.
Ethan, right? He runs that
Uh-huh.
field. He's prior Air Force, so he bought me a couple boxes of crayons the first time we met. So
Nice. Yes.
super awesome guy, super
Good
awesome guy.
snacks, buddy.
Yeah, super good dude. I told him just the blue one, so he found packs of blue ones. Just
Hell
straight.
yeah.
But he'll do that. He'll give you the chance. But
Okay.
in in that respect, right? I tell my guys if it is not 100% certain on your camera, like if you see it and you're going, maybe I hit him, don't waste the
Hmm.
man's time.
Right.
Don't you take that freaking footage up there because if you do
Yep.
and it wastes his time, I'm going to be mad at you.
Right.
Don't waste his time. It better be definite. And there
Hmm.
was a couple of games where it was so close that the footage that we showed him were definite. You know, can't
Gotcha.
deny it hits, and it turned the game around. So,
Okay.
and it gave us the win. We got the win by 2 bodies because of this. So
Right.
that put us into set. We bumped up to second place. We finished second in that
Okay.
tournament. You know what I mean? So
Right.
that kind of stuff is fantastic to have. I'm just waiting till the day that we get freaking cameras on wires like the NFL.
Hmm.
I'm talking like I want X Games level type stuff.
Exactly. Well, that's the reason I'm asking these questions because as I'm trying to understand this, the rules with the speed QB stuff, I'm really interested. I just recently, in the last few months, started talking with a lot more speed QB players, and I'm very interested in it and excited about it. So I've been watching more videos on it, and so I was really shocked just a few weeks ago to find out that there's no national ranking system for airsoft teams.
Right.
Uh, that I guess that from who
The
I've talked to or whatever.
closest thing you'll find is NSL, and that's over like across the
Yeah,
pond, European way. Yeah.
and I guess they're coming over or bringing that over right to here.
Yeah.
I saw they announced I saw
Yeah.
their because I started following their Instagram. They announced it, and then but one thing they I saw their post. They were going to do a live stream or like a podcast kind of thing or whatever, like last weekend or the week, somewhere. and I didn't know it wasn't posted on their story, like their post, where it was going to be at. So I didn't
It
know
was
where it was,
it was I believe it was with one of my good friends. I've had a few podcasts with him.
was it on their YouTube?
Steve QB. He's from the Paducah, the PBZ
Mm-hmm.
team, Paducah, Kentucky way. I believe.
Yeah, I follow him.
I believe it was on one of his
Oh,
podcasts. I believe
okay.
because he works pretty close with Baby Goat and tacos and stuff,
Oh,
which work really close hand in hand with Monk and
okay.
S2N and all that across the pond. So
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So there's
Yeah,
some interconnections coming across.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
awesome things coming next year.
so in Europe, the NSL, is that a so the I guess these other countries have like a national rank system.
There, well,
We don't.
more of one, definitely more of one.
Okay,
When it comes to tournament based competition, yeah.
gotcha.
But they're also, man, they're around the curve. We're catching up to them.
Right,
They've been doing this longer than we have over here in the States and over in the East
right.
and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So they do got a leg up as far as experience and whatnot.
Right.
And you ask Pumbaa top 5 teams, they're definitely my number one. I'd love to play against.
Who's that?
Second to none, S2N. Um,
S2N?
S2N, yeah,
Oh, okay.
over in the Netherlands way, I do believe.
Oh shit. Okay.
Man, they are savages.
Really?
Junkie has been one of the. Watching a lot of his old footage with his Kappa play indoor is what got me into Kappas and got me into indoor play.
No shit.
So
Oh,
watching
I've never heard of
him,
these guys. Okay.
yeah, he is. They are just their whole team is they're just nasty,
Oh,
like
that's cool.
super good. They've won cups over that way.
Right.
There's a lot of great competition over there.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, cool, man. Well, I love hearing about this stuff because I find out about something else I didn't know about, and I'll start looking them up and watching some of that stuff. Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Some hard chargers. Some hard
I'm
chargers.
yeah, I'm hoping that well, I guess the reason I was asking about this, like the rules for based on that video that was on your Instagram today, uh, it seems really shitty that they can just come out, that they're not following a standard rule across the board. Like, hey, we're going to take points away for breaking a rule that you didn't break. So, like, they
Right,
just kind of make shit up because they feel like you're going too hard or whatever. Like, that's why there are rules on the field.
right,
So, hey, there's no MED. That means when you step on that field knowing this rule, that there is no MED, you can be shot point blank in your hands, in your arms, in your head, in your feet, in your ass, in your stomach. So dress appropriately if you can't handle it. So I
facts.
don't, I don't, I was really confused on this video. Like, I could feel the frustration from this guy when he walked away. Like, but he handled it really maturely, honestly.
He did.
When that ref told him, yeah, he was like, man, this is dumb. But he walked away, didn't start any
Left it at
shit.
that.
But
Went back to the wall and came back. Did demon time, man? So
yeah, it's really shitty though, and I feel like I don't know what the balance is with the airsoft because it's you know growing up, we're always a lot of us were taught snitches get stitches. Okay, like
right,
I
yeah,
never wanted to be a snitch. Uh, it's more honorable to confront your aggressor or whatever happens and say, hey man, fuck you, whatever, like,
right, yeah,
or hey, that, if you have a problem with somebody, you bring it to them. You don't go tell on them.
right,
You talk to them. And I taught my kids that growing up. They would actually get punished for, not like a spanking or nothing, but they would get punished if they came and told on their brother or sister. I'm like, you don't do that. If you have a problem with what they're doing, you tell them.
right,
Well, I'm telling them, little kids, but I just try to instill this principle in them that you don't have to tell on somebody all the time, like going behind their back. You just, as you get older, if you have a problem with somebody, what they did or what they said, and it
yep,
affects you personally, or it was to you or against you or whatever, you just talk to that person. And sometimes, especially the guys in high school. Sometimes it ain't just talking. That's okay too. So I'm not saying they start a fight. I'm saying if you talk to somebody and it's, ends up that way, whatever. But,
Right.
you don't, I never taught my kids to go tell. And I feel like this airsoft, I don't know where the balance is. I know we don't want the drama on the field. I get it. But in the heat of the moment, I don't know. I feel like it's so shitty. I just feel gross telling, hearing what I'm hearing, like with a lot of people saying, hey, don't start anything. Just take your film to just go tell on them, basically, to the
Right.
refs. And, they're cheating. And I'm going, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know how to fix that. But anyway, your guy
Well,
handled it really well. Took the thing, was like, okay, whatever. This is dumb, but I'll just, whatever, walk away.
whenever being a captain and then talking with Black, which is the creator,
Mm-hmm.
we're talking back and forth. Like, all right, well, we've got to account for um, at the time we thought was biased decisions, right?
Yeah.
Because we were playing a particular team that field, anyways.
Right.
So some people in that post, rightfully so, uh, it's a little excessive, don't you think? Type stuff,
I saw that.
Some fields, some fields may have stuff in play for the safety of their players. Okay, look, we have all these rules in Speed QB for a reason. The safety of the players crap out the window. There's a reason why we have a freaking FPS limit.
Exactly.
There's a reason why the FPS limit is so low. If you wanna complain, come play to Nashville. All right, come play at Nashville because we don't hit that soft. All these other fields you're going to, you're talking 1.1 joule. Nah, bro, not in Nashville. We're hitting harder than that. So once you come over here and get a few good bruises and blood blisters on you, and then come back and talk to me about a 1.1 joule regulated limit for a tournament.
Yeah.
Which has been around for well over a couple of years.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like safety of my players.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're worried about that, you need to lower your joule limit.
Or wear more gear. Like they have tons of
that's the player's
options.
decision, right?
Exactly.
They can come out there. They don't have to wear a dye mask. They can wear goggles, and they can
wear
get
goggles.
They can get their teeth ate up. That's their decision.
There you go. Yep.
You know what I mean? So that's the nature of the beast. And
exactly.
Some people just need to get with it. That's all I'm saying.
I saw those comments and I was like, the guy didn't break any rules on that field. So what? That's why I was confused why the ref was talking to him. Like, what rule did he break? What the fuck? And I don't understand how they can take points away from you guys when there was no rule broken. It was just, somebody's feeling about something.
That's like I said, that's field's discretion at that point, and
gotcha.
Us as a team want to respect the field, even though my post may have been considered a little harsh. But hey, look, if you're not going to listen to what people are saying in a nice way, maybe you'll listen to a dickhead way.
Well, not only that, it's I don't think your post was, you weren't like an asshole putting it out the way you put it out. But I thought it was good, especially for somebody like me that doesn't, I'm interested, I'm curious about all the Speed QB stuff and the, ranking systems and these tournaments and how do these things happen? How do you get to a tournament? You're talking about these qualifiers and rules, for them and how the field's set up and all that kind of shit. So to know that this stuff could happen, to other teams as well, based on the ref, where it's kind of subjective instead of, by the book rules. Hey, he didn't do anything wrong. Okay, so the kid's pissed. He got shot in the back of the head, whatever. Or maybe the ref was. I don't know. I don't know who started the complaint, but whoever it was needed like, okay, yeah, I'm pissed in the heat of the moment, but hey, this is within the rules. Okay, whatever. Like, just let it go.
It's a sport. You need to me, whoever may be in that mentality needs to flip a light switch whenever you get in a Speed QB setting.
Yep.
Period. Period. Because it can happen to anyone. It's happened to me. You play Snake a lot, and then you guys bump up against the same bunker, right?
Mm.
You're face to face with the wall between you, and
Oh wow.
someone stands up and pops down on you over the top.
Mm-hmm.
You catch three, and most of the time when you come over the top, it's you catch them in the head.
Sure.
A lot of the time. That's the same thing that just happened. You mean to tell me that I can't pop over the top of a barrier and shoot my opponent now?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing that my guy just did. There's nothing illegal about that.
Right.
Um, there was some stuff that needs to be fixed around that field, 100%.
Gotcha.
They are kind of a new field,
Okay.
so I'm not trying to be biased towards them. The field looks fantastic. The layout looks phenomenal. It's
Gotcha.
definitely looks like an amazing facility,
Okay.
100%. With
Good.
that. So I'm not here to down any field,
Well, no, and you weren't
but
down on him in the post.
when you're missing the mark, man,
Yeah.
people say stuff because they want you to be a qualifying field, but you got to get your crap straight.
I was going to say,
You know
how
what I
does
mean?
that? How does a field, these indoor or speakeasy fields, whatever, how do they get to a point where they can, or what has to happen for them to say, hey, we're going to host these qualifying events? Do they have to go through some kind of process, or can they just go ahead and put out, hey, we're just gonna host an event, and anyone that wants to qualify for these tournaments can show up here? Like
So it goes
how does
both
all that
ways. It can go
Okay.
both ways. So the field itself can hold their own like local event, and
Mm-hmm.
whoever wants to come can come. Some kind of like Speed QB regional event, they're going to bring people in like SYG because they
Okay.
are like pretty much the godfathers of setting Speed QB over in the US,
Gotcha.
and then you got the godfathers over across the pond, which is NSL.
Right.
Speed Q or SYG, and Speed QB, which are pretty much all in one. Um, they are the United States NSL at the moment. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
That is our version of what we made, right?
Okay.
So you got individual fields that can hold their own locally hosted, or they will have SYG come out, and then at that point it would be a Speed QB hosted event. It's no
Okay.
longer hosted by the field; it's hosted by
Mm.
Speed QB. So
Oh, interesting.
they'll come in, they'll rearrange the field the way they want it,
Oh, okay.
not the owners. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, yeah.
that kind of stuff. So it can go either side, either
And
way.
then Speed QB or whatever, they'll set up, hey, these are the rules for the tournament. So they're
Yes,
kind of running the actual event,
yes, yeah.
even though they're just using, so they're just using this
The
venue.
facility, yeah, they're
Yeah.
using the facility, but they're running the
Hmm.
entire event
Mm.
for when it comes to the tournament. Now,
Right, for the
if there's
tournament.
vendors and stuff, that's all ran through the field. But
For sure. So then it comes down to the refs, right? Like, how do they?
yes,
Does if Speed QB puts on a tournament, do they have their own set of refs, or do they
Tip,
use the field
tip,
refs? Okay,
typically SYG will bring enough to have refs to ref the tournament as well,
gotcha.
on a typical basis. So you don't have
Hmm.
you most of the time will not have a let's say a Nashville ref out there refing, because
Mm.
they want to try and eliminate any biasness possible.
Right.
Right. So if you bring in a squad like SYG, for example, to host an event, and they are also the refs, you don't have someone at Nashville going, "Oh, I love that Praetorians team."
Right.
We'll let
Right.
them shake a few. You don't have
Right.
that. That's no longer there. So
Yeah.
that's typically the mindset of how it's ran. Now, these fields have to be approved. Speed QB approved through them before they will even
Count that.
before they'll even host an event.
I
So
gotcha.
if they don't approve your field and you don't get that stamp, you're not going to get like a
Okay.
FYG Speed QB legit, trademarked
Right.
event. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. Qualifying event or
right.
tournament or whatever. Like, okay. Okay. I gotcha. So how does so when all these tournaments and stuff, who determines like I've seen this CSL. They have a ranking system that they post, which is really interesting. And are there other ones that post rankings like that
For
besides
tournaments,
CSL? Yeah.
Yeah. So Shot Zone, they'll have a live stream. Most of
Oh,
your live streams will have postings during the stream,
oh,
rankings
okay,
during the stream. Most of them. CIA had a pretty awesome posting on their live stream on Twitch.
okay,
YouTube, you'll see Shot Zone. They'll have posted standings throughout the stream that you can see that they keep up with. As far as I guess you would say rank system or a
yeah,
position system in the tiers, right?
right.
So yeah, I mean, there's places that have that. Not all of them, but
Oh,
most
okay,
most live stream places typically have something on there for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
So right now, is there a place that somebody could go? Let's say somebody's brand new, like myself, as far as, finding all this information out about SpeedQB, and I want to follow these tournaments. I want to follow the rankings and now from what I've gathered and who I've talked with so far, SYG and Murder Inc. are pretty high up,
Yeah.
I guess, winning a lot or
Murder Inc.'s another big one out the west side. Yeah.
yeah. So, what is there a place like a website or a page that somebody could go to find one just one place to
No,
find? Okay, so
no.
it's right now there's no one that's like CSL only ranks their stuff, and
Per
then
event.
SpeedQB
Yes.
right only
Yeah.
ranks their stuff, and then so no one's kind of
Yeah,
okay.
there's no like overall map of every tournament standing.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yep.
man,
It's
I
you
wish there was.
usually wait till the end to see who's left, and now you know who's the top.
Okay.
Unless you follow it all the way through, of course. So
I'm going to tell you who would be really good at this to set something like this up because I feel like it should be done. Somebody should do it, not me. Okay, but somebody that's built websites and is good at this is somebody I talked to a couple I talked to that's in Missouri. Um, they um, they set up a milsimfinder.com. They started a website. They're really good at cataloging and data entry stuff, whatever, building these sites that have all this data stuff. They've actually done a now that I'm talking about it out loud, I really feel like I'm gonna reach out to this guy because and see if he would do this for them to kind of put a website together to get all the rankings, all these tournaments and all these, who's against who and who's all these tournaments going on. He started the milsimfinder.com has every milsim throughout the whole country listed, and it's not just it's interactive. So he has the links on there that go to the all the information you need and to that person's, that group's
profiles, like
site.
team
Yeah,
profiles and stuff. That's what's up.
exactly. Wherever you can buy the tickets, wherever you can get, all that kind of shit.
That's awesome.
But yeah, dude. And they built a whole data sheet for Pokemon. They trade Pokemon cards.
Hmm.
So they built a data entry or data sheet that is the biggest one that covers every Pokemon card that's ever been created till now. All the different variations, and I don't know shit about Pokemon cards, okay?
Yeah.
They were explaining this to me as I'm talking with them, and I'm like, holy shit, man. She was like, yeah, he had me doing data entry 8 hours a day for like a month
Oh wow.
for every day to build this Pokemon thing. Anyway, it just seems like, for somebody like myself or somebody that's new that's coming up, like these younger guys are, there's a lot of them, like you said, one of your new guys is, been playing SpeedQB for a while.
Hmm.
So obviously they start getting interested at a young age in this kind of, indoor play. It would be really cool for these young guys coming in to go, hey, let me look up. All right, oh yeah, I want to work my way to that team, right?
Right.
Because they're doing well or they're the ones, to play against or whatever it is. But when you don't have this national, or at least a place where you can go to see all these different teams and how they're doing in their local and their regional tournaments and stuff, it's very difficult to kind of keep track and have that feeling of, competitive, like, hey, I want, that draw, like I want to
Right.
be on that team, you know, like you and I, we went in the Marines because we heard all the
Right.
stories
Yeah.
about, all this
And,
shit growing
and
up.
and we do have the best commercials. I mean,
Oh my God, for real, bro. 100%. Oh my God, I know.
so.
Yeah, and we don't have fucking blue cards
Hmm.
in boot camp
Oh,
where the
the
stress
stress
cards.
cards. Yeah, get out of here with all that. Stress cards.
What the fuck?
You're gonna have a stress card in war. Hold on, don't shoot me. Get out of here. Stress
Oh,
cards.
dude.
Man, we had people getting kicked in the damn chest. Get out of
I'm
here.
telling you,
Stress
man.
card.
I watched Full Metal Jacket the first year it came out. Now I had already decided in my head that actually I think Full Metal Jacket came out in '85 or '86 or '87. I can't remember. And I was 16 or 17 when it came out. I had already signed up in the delayed entry program. And I
Hmm.
was just waiting to graduate high school, so I'd already watched this. But I was already signed up, whatever. I was like, fuck yeah. I mean, it didn't scare me at all. I was like, hell yeah, boot camp, the whole
Yeah,
boot camp thing.
yeah. This shit goes
Um,
hard.
yeah, man, I was excited, Hell yeah. Now, how did you get interested in the military?
I've done it a lot in my younger years, so I did a lot of like ROTC type stuff
Yeah.
for the Navy.
Okay.
I was always interested in the SEALs and stuff. Who is it when you're young?
Sure.
You want to be
Oh,
a
of course.
badass, don't you?
Right.
So I did that for 4 or 5 years, man. Uh, Loved it. I got it. It felt natural. I loved the structure. I loved the camaraderie. You know, People listened, shit got done. It's like a well-oiled machine, and it's something that you don't really experience in the civilian life. I'm yet to find a job since I got out in 2011 to I've yet to find any job that I've been to. It doesn't matter if it's
Mm,
factory or if it's doing IT stuff like I do now. It's like it's there's not that you don't have the brotherhood. There are people all around you looking to stab you in the back. Step
yep.
on you so they can get a pay raise.
Yep.
Um, I've had management that isn't management. Like
Yeah.
they,
No.
they they don't know how to lead. They barely know how to follow.
Yep.
Um, you know what I mean? So it was just something that I got into at a very young age. Um, I had an uncle that was a master guns at the time. He retired.
Nice.
Just always thought it was, that exploding bomb was just badass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
uh, it's just had a history of it, as a young age. And just as soon as I got out, I signed up for the DEP program too. I was in it for like 7 months. As soon as I got out of
Yeah.
high school, I was gone.
Yep.
I was out on my own, getting screamed at, spit on, sand kicked in my mouth,
Yeah.
all this good stuff,
Hell yeah.
sand
Now
fleas.
yeah, Sampley. I was saying you went to Paris Island, right?
I did, yeah, yep,
Hell yeah.
yep. Went to Paris
Sand
Island,
fleas in your ears and
everywhere, and you can't slap them. You slap them, they'll slap
yeah,
you.
go ahead and wipe it away when you're
Yeah,
in formation and
yeah,
see what
and try
happens.
and try and think because their backs turned, they don't see you. Good luck.
No shit,
These
dude.
motherfuckers see everything, boys.
I mean, for
They
real.
got eyes everywhere. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's
What
amazing.
what platoon were you in boot camp? Or I
I
mean,
was in
not platoon,
company.
battalion.
I was Alpha.
Okay.
I was Alpha Company. Yeah, I was right there at the parade deck, pretty much.
The first battalion.
Yeah, First Battalion. Yeah,
Yeah, same here.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's first battalion. I was platoon 1004. Graduated in January 5th of 90.
1084.
Yeah.
I
Or
was
no,
10,
1004.
okay.
1004.
I was 1084.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
was about to
Yeah.
say, do they cycle the numbers?
Yeah, I don't
Like,
no.
hold on.
1004. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Long fucking time ago, 30 years.
It catches up quick, don't it?
Dude, I'm telling you, bro.
uh, I
It's such a
joined.
weird thing to say, yeah.
I joined in '07, so it's hard to
Okay.
believe that over 10 years have passed. Like
Yeah.
it's like holy shit.
Now, did you go you did 4 active or
Yeah, Yep, I did 4 and 4 was an 8-year contract total. You know, 4
Same.
IRR, 4 active.
Yep.
Yeah. Went to re-enlist into aircraft maintenance is what I really wanted to get into.
Okay.
Boat seats, you know, they only allow so many people per MOS.
Oh, I
Boat
know.
seats, boat seats were full, so they were like, "Look, you can either dip or continue doing IT." And I'm like, I want to get into aircraft.
Yeah.
I'm outie, so
Yeah,
I
I
got
did.
out. I got out and then went to college to do IT, and I did IT, but I
Oh
get paid
shit.
more.
Okay.
I get paid more now than I did in the
Yeah,
military,
I'm
so,
sure.
and I don't get
Well,
screamed
yeah,
at
that
every
a
day.
lot of people don't know this. Your training, if if that was your MOS, that doesn't transfer over, you
No,
know? Like it doesn't, you don't get credit for it in
no,
the civilian world, which is really weird because, you know a lot, you already know a lot of these things. You just don't have the certificate, which is,
yep,
these formalities seem really dumb, right?
yes, it does, it does.
Should be like these companies need to have like their own ASVAB kind of thing where you go in, oh, you're IT, you did it in the military, here, take this test, and it's probably not going to be a written test. You'll just do it, here, complete this task,
Right,
whatever,
it's a project or something. Yeah,
exactly. Yep, okay, you're good. You don't need to go to 2 years of college. It's fucking retarded.
right. It's kind of like you mean to tell me I'm good enough to take the training to help serve my country, but my training is not good enough for school.
Oh, it's so weird. Well,
So
I was in,
okay,
I signed up for combat engineer, but I got, the same kind of thing happened. It was full. I got motor transport. They put me in. So me and my
that's what
buddy,
my cousin did the same. We went in together. He was
oh,
smoking.
okay.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Motor transport, 4 years, got out, and you still have to go to school to get a CDL. I'm like, what the fuck?
right,
Can I just skip all ahead to just do the test? Because I can drive whatever you got, bro. I promise
right,
you.
right. I can
Uh,
drive a freaking crane if you want me to. Like,
I'm
you know
saying,
what I mean? Calmars
uh,
are huge.
oh, for real.
They're
And
massive.
we had LVSs, of course the basic shit, the 5 tons and stuff, but
Right.
the LVSs and all the other shit. But it was
Some
silly.
some
Like,
some Mauduces in your day.
oh yeah,
Yeah, hell yeah.
oh dude,
Back
favorite.
back before they took the guns off of them and made them transport vehicles.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Well,
Those things
what's funny in the motor pool, we did.
tank.
And when I was in Okinawa, I was at Ninth Motors Battalion, and we would get, hey, we'd go to the motor pool. They're like, hey, we got some new vehicles coming in today. So our new vehicles, quote unquote, were hand me
Yeah.
downs from the army.
Right.
So we'd get
Absolutely.
them into the motor pool, and they got fucking army shit stenciled on the side with their serial number. We'd have to spray over that shit with caulk paint and the radar resistant paint, whatever they had, and then paint
Drain
our.
drain the water out of them from where they put them in the fucking creek. Because
Exactly.
I
Oh,
love
they're
my
all
army
beat
guys.
up. They're all beat
I love,
up, man.
I love, I love my army guys, but
Oh, I do too. I do
screw
too.
y'all.
Exactly.
You can beat them up not so bad before we get them.
I'm telling you, man. Yeah, we'd fix them up and then put them back in the field, man. That's
Yep.
what we drove. We drove all their shit.
Our
Hell
rifles are
yeah.
the same. I know when I came in before the M4s and the ACOGs and shit, it was all iron sights, M16, plastic handguards. You do a hard right shoulder fucking arms and you pop that thing, those handguards go flying. Like, like if your handguards pop off, you feel like a badass. Like,
Oh shit, yeah.
yeah, yeah. Then you're
Snap
trying
and
to
pop.
scrape them up. You're trying to scrape them up while marching. And shit. Shove them in your pocket, and you have no handguards on your
Oh
rifle.
my god,
Yeah,
that's funny. I
gas
mean,
breathing barrel.
we used the M16A2s, iron sights. Never had sight,
Same.
never had optics or anything. The whole 4 years I was in. In fact, the only thing that changed, they upgraded from the when I went through boot camp, we actually qualified with. We were still qualifying with the 1911. So
Nice.
the
Yeah.
Springfield 1911 pistol, and then right around the same time as my last year in, I got corporal E4, and so I went to NCO school. When I came back, or maybe it was before I went, I can't remember which one it was, but they had a combat pistol course for the Berettas that were taking over the 1911s.
1911. Yeah.
Right. So they were just transitioning over, and I worked on a weapons training. I worked in weapons field training battalion, Etzen Range. I worked on a shooting range, my last duty station. in California, Pendleton.
Like a range coach type stuff.
Right.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so I ran the motor pool, and then we'd help out with the range coaches and shit. So it was we just supplied all the whole range with their blasting caps for the grenades, because they had, so Edson Range in on Pendleton is the it's where the recruits go from MCRD San Diego to qualify. Their second month, so they
Right.
spend 30 days. They have a whole barracks set up for them. Just by themselves, whatever, where they stay that whole month for rifle qualification, and then of course machine gun and grenade throws and all that shit. Of course, we talk to the drill instructors all the time. So, because when the range coaches got them, the drill instructors, they'll leave one out there on the range with them,
Right.
on the line, but the other ones are just hanging out with us, and they're like, "You should have seen this fucking dumbass over here." He pulls the pin and drops the grenade right in his feet. Because he's
Yeah. They're little Kermit. They're like harsh Kermit the Frog voice. Yeah.
right.
All of them have it.
Oh, it was great. It was
Yeah.
great. I loved it. But yeah, I qualified. I did I had to qualify the Beretta, and I did a combat pistol course with that. It was fun. So that was the only thing that changed as far as weapons go. We started out. We were the first giant, big unit to use the Mark 19, the Thumper.
Ooh,
Oh,
beautiful. Yeah, that thing levels blocks, bro.
fucking great, bro.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, we did that MCT. So we went to Camp Geiger MCT. See, when I went through, we didn't have the Crucible yet. So that's something that came out
Really?
after. Yeah, we didn't have the Crucible. We go just like our boot camp was like like in Full Metal Jacket. Same thing, 3 months, and then your last 10 days. What they used to do was your last 10 days in boot camp, like 7 of them or whatever, you go in the field. So that's the only field training you have, because right after boot camp you go to MCT. You have leave
Right.
for a week or whatever.
Like 10
Goes-
days or something. Yeah.
Right, and then you report to Camp Geiger for MCT, which they still do. I'm
Yeah.
sure. And then so we only did like 5 to 7 days. I can't remember how many it was. It was just enough time right at the end where when we would come back, we'd clean all our gear, we'd have an inspection, and then we would get ready for graduation. So the last 10 days, whatever, we'd spend a week of that in the field, and that's where we're, setting up our hooch and all that kind of shit, whatever.
Setting up the
But
fob and everything.
yeah, so we didn't have, and it was just basic, just all the echelon movements, like how to, all your field tactics, basically.
Right.
So ambushes, we learned the gas mask and all that kind of shit,
Yeah, your basic 360 radius,
right.
yeah, setting
Yep.
up the firing
All
line.
your fields
that
of
good stuff.
fire, don't cross your fields, whatever, friendly fire shit. So, in fact, a lot of guys I talk with on it, we didn't have any speed QB. We didn't have any CQB training. So we were doing all woods, all woodland stuff from Vietnam stuff. So there was no buildings, there was nothing. We had 1 day of CQB in a building. You just basically like clear a room. It was just fucking just shitty ass little tiny ass building structure, and throw the grenade in. You get in your stacks on the wall, throw your grenade in. And I was a squad leader, so we throw the grenade in. The first time we did it, and it's a dummy grenade. It was a flashbang, and we throw it in. I'm so amped up, I don't wait for it to explode.
You go in after.
I go in, and so the first 2 of us in my stick, we're dead.
Yeah.
The drill instructor's fucking going off, like, Scalp, you're fucking dead. You're dead. What are you doing? You're killing it. But I was just so, we weren't used to it. So this was the first time we did but that was like the only day we did CQB training. So, all you guys got, because we weren't in the desert yet when I was in.
Right.
So, anyway, we were, it was a lot of same stuff, but, some changes.
See, we had, it was pretty dope. They had like a rundown village, like literally like building tops, like a green zone, an open green zone that you'd have to cross, and you have to sweep this village, and you'd have to do it in a 2-man squad. and
Yeah.
we were using like these paint tip sim rounds.
Oh shit.
Like the back of them looked like a real round, like brass, but the tip of it was rubber and filled with blue and or red paint.
Oh, I've heard of it. Was it Simulation?
Yeah, something very similar.
Yeah. I think police force used those too.
I think theirs are chalk, I believe.
Okay.
These actually were like rubber paint tips,
Oh
but
wow.
but they stung like a motherfucker, man.
Yeah. Is
And
it like a little 22 basically?
yeah, they look small, but
Okay.
they're shot out of like full blue plastic replica M16s. Like
No shit.
they look stupid fake,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But they shoot these crazy little paint sim rounds out of them,
Okay.
and they're crazy accurate, surprisingly. So
Yeah.
I hit this freaking busted wall. It kind of tapers down. It's tall and bricks are broken and it gets lower.
Right.
Well, I hit this damn wall, man. I got my rifle, down. Don't want to show it out the wall. Well, I'm going to check, green zone so I can get my guy across, so we can cover both angles of the green zone.
Yeah.
And man, the only thing I poke out is the back of my hand, and they smoked it. Smoked it. I pulled back. I was like, damn, cuz, they got me. Shit. Ow. Just run, motherfucker, run.
Oh
That hurt.
shit.
Where'd they get you from? I don't know. Some
Oh, that's
ninja,
awesome.
some ninja stuff. But it was really awesome. We found him
Hell
up top.
yeah.
He was sniping off the top of the building, just waiting. Like they knew where we were coming in at, right? They knew
Oh,
where
that's crazy.
they knew
Right.
where our entry was. So they just set
Right.
up and waited on. They just had a ball with it.
Uh-huh.
They just set up, wait on us, had a ball with it.
That's your precursor to airsoft.
Yeah, it was.
Holy shit.
It's using something like that, I think, in an airsoft style would be amazing because when someone's hit, they got little paint spotches. But
Yeah,
these
no
things,
shit.
they shoot like fucking airsoft gun, man. I mean, they're straight.
Yeah.
It's insane how
Huh.
if we could get something like that going, you could
I
eliminate
think
the whole oh he cheated
yeah.
type. He's not calling it type crap.
Well, that's what when I first started watching airsoft stuff. When we first started a channel, when I some of the guys I first started watching YouTube channels and stuff. The don't call your hit thing. I was like, or call your hits kind of thing. I was like,
Right.
what the fuck? Because paintball, we didn't really have that. It wasn't really a thing that much.
Right.
Like rarely, super rare. Like rare enough to where it wasn't talked about. It wasn't a thing. Like, oh, make sure you call your hits. Like everyone fucking knows you got hit, bro. Like it's fucking,
Right.
I remember when I talked to Crisis. Her Instagram is Crisis or Drop Dead Drizzle.
Right.
She was talking about that. She's like, I've never played paintball, but I really want to. I want to try it out. And I was telling her about that. The biggest difference is you don't have this don't call your hit thing. She's like, really? So after the podcast, and I follow on Instagram, I follow a handful of paintball pages that
Right.
show some really cool, action scenes, gameplay footage, and not just on the player, but in the game as well, from a distance. So you could see I sent her this little clip that was slow motion. Guy shoots, pop, 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 and they're peeking their head out, and it just all over his dye mask. I'm
It's
like,
flat
this
everywhere.
is why this is not a thing in paintball. So,
Yep.
yeah, there would be, it'd be cool. Did you guys? Well, you guys didn't use. Okay, so you guys used those kind of simulation kind of rounds. We used Lars. So the Lars system we had, it was like laser tag. It's the shit that you see in the only movie I've ever seen it in is Heartbreak Ridge. So when they're going through that training, again, Clint Eastwood against the other dickhead guy, their team, they have those beepers on them. They're like laser receptors, basically, or fobs. That's what we had. We used them once. They said they were really expensive, and we, whatever. We used them for training, but it was basically laser tag.
Yeah.
And so there was a attachment you fix on your M16, and then you put I don't know if you guys had this, but when you're firing you fired blanks. So we loaded our magazines with blanks, and this laser thing would shoot when you pull pull the trigger or whatever. But so you had some kickback, but you had the little red I can't remember what they call it, but the stopper basically that you attach to the end of your barrel.
Oh yeah, like the metal box.
The
shit they
metal
made it.
box.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
for when you're shooting blanks, so none of the debris comes out and hits your buddy in the eyeball or some shit. But so we use that, and then we had those like chest rig kind of straps or whatever with those little fobs on them. So we use that, but there needs to be some kind of system for airsoft like that, where you put this vest on, and maybe it's long sleeve. I don't know. I don't know how they could do it, but there's got to be a way to do this kind of thing where you put this thing over your clothes and it can, like a laser tag kind of thing,
Yep.
where it can receive some, it knows that you got shot.
So it's funny
To
because we've had some people that actually kind of not long ago was just trying to come up with some similar stuff that you're speaking of now.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it would have to be a full upper body and lower body
Hmm.
setup because I mean you can get hit in the legs and you need that the whole suit would have to be a sensor. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And wherever you get hit, it would show you, like a red dot would pop up on where it hits
Uh-huh.
you, electronically, right? Like a
Oh,
light
that's a good idea. Yeah,
type
yeah.
stuff. But I
Right.
don't know how feasible because in Speak QB, man, we slide. I mean,
Right.
we're belly sliding, we're knee sliding, we're crawling. We're up and down and around. These things will have to be flexible. They'll have to be durable. They'll have to be able to handle a slide. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't know if any kind of technology like that, maybe Tony Stark come up with some stuff for us, but
Well, you know what I'm thinking of, man, is you take LED technology, because LEDs
right.
changed the game in the last 15 years with light bulbs, traditional light
Mhm.
bulbs, and you don't have to have glass anymore. You don't have to have, I mean, it's a tiny ass fucking diode, super tiny,
Yeah.
and it's super bright. So something along those lines that could be a tiny little strip, or a tiny little fob or something you just stick wherever. But I don't know. Somebody's going to figure it out. But I think that would be a real step up for airsoft, where it's not just, oh, it's based on you just calling your hit, because the ref can't be there every single time to see if this tiny ass BB that's going fucking 350 FPS.
Right.
Uh,
And
you know,
you got 10 people on the
yeah, I'm
small
saying,
field just slinging them ropes.
yeah.
You know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
ta 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 everywhere.
Yeah, roping
Uh,
straight down the
yeah,
lane. Like you can't keep up with all that.
right.
I've had people give refs a hard time. Yo, man, get off their back. There's a lot that
It's tough,
the most fields I go to, they're definitely doing their best.
right?
And yo, I understand the what the fuck hands. You shoot someone and you see it just because they don't call it and the ref didn't
Right.
see it.
Yeah,
Let's keep freaking shooting them.
yeah.
Keep
Exactly.
shooting them or bunker them like my homeboy did because you can't deny that kill.
Yeah,
like
no shit,
you
right?
ain't, yeah, you ain't shaking that one. You know what I mean?
That's for
So
sure. Yeah,
it's the name of the game.
I hear you, man. So, what do you guys for HSA? What are you guys looking forward to here in the future? What tournaments are you guys going to be going to, and what is your rest of the year? I guess the rest of this year plan.
So we got our West Coast team looks a lot around Project N1 area.
Okay.
They hold all kinds of events there throughout the year, and they've been competing in quite a few of them here lately. Our West Coast team is still fairly new as far as
Yeah.
the team. These guys have played for a little while, but as far as the squad, they're new.
Yeah.
Um, East Coast wise, we're looking to catch NSL when they come over here. That's a fact.
Nice.
That's definitely going to have to happen.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to shake Junkie's hand and hopefully shoot him. So hope you're watching this, Junkie.
Hell yeah.
So them and Tacos, Baby Goat, and all them would be a very nice one to play against. But other than national or international type stuff, which is the big picture, right? We're trying to stay around the East Coast a lot because, like Pumbaa had said in yours, we have a good chain over here.
Mm-hmm.
North to south around the East.
Right.
It's a really good chain, and they all typically fall within to where HSA. Like I said, we're spread out, so most of these fields we've got people close by. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So as far as future wise, national level. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot of people's goals. I've played
Sure.
a lot of good local teams, some teams out of Kentucky like PBZ, solid team, man. And
Hmm.
I know they want to go national level. I mean, you got squads like that want to take it that far, but there's a lot of stepping stones we got to hit,
Okay.
to get there. But
What tournament? What is
progress
the
progress
tournament
is
to get
being
to?
made. The tournament to get to would be the finals, the Speed QB East Coast finals. Um,
Okay, the one set up by
yeah,
Speed or hosted by Speed QB.
but Speed
Okay,
QB, that's pretty much like the bread and butter if you win that over here.
gotcha. And that's where like SYG and Murder Inc. and these guys. That's what the ones they play
Uh,
in.
that's yeah. So you got like Murder Inc. and stuff. They typically so we have an East and West Coast, like different championships.
Hmm.
We are yet to bring our champion from the East and our champions from the West. That's yet to happen. You see
That's what
what
I
I
was talking
mean?
about with
So
serverless,
we
right?
haven't even collided in our own country East to West yet.
Yep.
So that needs to happen before we try to start bringing the pond over.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so there's some bridges that need to happen. We need to establish a national team. You know,
There has to be a way to say this team, Speed QB team in America is the top team in America. That's what
right?
needs to happen, and it's not
Exactly.
happening right now, which is really as somebody on the outside looking in that has only followed this sport for the last 3 years and only Speed QB stuff for the last few months. I'm shocked that it hasn't happened yet here in America, where there's all these regionals, local, regional, whatever kind of tournament stuff, but they're all separate. I was shocked when I found this out 2 weeks ago that there's no national ranking system, even if just a ranking system that says, hey, these are the top guys in this. I don't know, but I'm really surprised that it hasn't happened yet, and hopefully
So
it'll
there's
get there in the next
but,
few months.
Predator Freeland, awesome dude out of HTK up in Indiana, plays
Okay.
for Revelations. Super great team, super great field, awesome all around.
Hmm.
We've had talk. I've talked with him quite a bit. Me, Pumbaa, and a few of the guys. We talk with him. But there's been some stuff where we've met up a few times at some of these events where we've talked about getting some kind of like, I guess you could say, analyst per team to keep stats per player
Hmm.
per team. Start making like trading cards with our stats on them and
Okay.
that kind of stuff. And that could be kind of a leeway or a segue into some kind of statistical standings for everybody.
Right.
Average. You got like baseball. You got average strikes per pitcher. Okay,
Right.
average sweeps per this snake player. Average, kills per this player, or
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So we thought that would be pretty awesome to get done. You got a picture of the player on there, baseball card type style,
Sure.
football. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Thought it'd be cool to kind of get people spread out,
Mm-hmm.
names spread around,
Yeah. Get some
make it,
interest.
yeah, some interest, just something new, to the sport. So this is
Yeah.
somewhat kind of hitting on what you're saying, that hasn't
Mm-hmm.
happened yet. You know what I mean? So we
Yeah.
feel
The
that, like, myself and a few of the internal guys, we feel that if something of that level was to happen, statistical standings per player would be a cherry on top.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So
Well, I think like I said, not knowing, but knowing enough to where I guess if those came out, I would question um, what field they were on, what's the standard? Because like in baseball, football, these professional sports, well, even college and high school, all the way down to like, pee wee football. They're all played on the same field with the same rules. You know what I'm saying? There's all these standards. There's no other variables except the skill of the player within this construct of these field settings, these rules, and these umpires or refs or whatever that follow these rules, and to a
right,
strict guideline. Whereas airsoft, these and classic, a great example of like this, video today, and I'm sure this happens. I'm sure this is a common thing where this is a qualifying tournament, but qualifying for it, but you have, because somebody, a ref or the field, kind of going against their own rules, taking away points from somebody that should, being unfair. And so I feel like the stats really don't matter unless you get the standard. Everybody across the board is playing on the same rules, the
100%.
same type of field, and the refs know the fucking rules and don't change them mid game. So, until that happens, you can't move forward.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. If the community wants, look who's calling me.
Who is that?
Rogue.
Oh shit!
That's my guy. Yeah.
Oh shit!
I talk to him occasionally. I'll hit him.
Oh, you should get him on here right now.
Yeah,
that'd be funny. Just call him back and say, "Hey man," put him on speakerphone. Say, "Hey man, I'm on a podcast with E-Rock right now." Yeah, we got to hear this.
Hey boo.
This would be great.
Dude, I ordered 66 again. If you couldn't tell.
I did, you ass weasel.
Dude, I am Dylan's. Is so fucking.
I know. By the way, I'm on the podcast. I'm on a podcast right now with E-Rock.
With who?
E-Rock. TriFecta, fool.
Oh shit, dude. Oh well, fuck, my bad.
What's up?
Tell
him I said what's up.
I got you on speaker. He hears everything. He said, "What's up?"
Oh yeah, you can go ahead and be coming over here and making some fucking weird nicknames and shit.
Two-step Young Jeezy. I'm over here with 2 chains. Yeah.
I'm over here with third legs. Oh, trifecta, because you have a third leg. Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't say that. You heard it, not me.
Dude, hey, you know what though? But that's what his nickname was. If you watched like metal-ish, you would have seen we touched on it. But that's how I know you didn't watch our podcast. Get
away from me. You see, I'm surprised you didn't hang up on me after that, dickhead. But
Are you showing him some of the shit you get when I do an order 66? Did you tell him about that shit?
No, maybe I should. Maybe I should. No.
Oh my god.
You got enough people on it as it is. I don't need any. Oh my god.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so the best part that's happening right now is me and Houdini have been shit talking each other the longest, because I've had his mask here, and he's like, I know for a fact that you won't get my mask done before EA Fest, and if you do, you can tortilla slap me 4 times.
That's a lie.
And we ended up finishing, I kid you not, probably like 2 days later. And then what I did is I created a group chat with 18 people in it that goes ahead. Everybody in there knows what Houdini's mask looks like. I sent pictures of it. So we're cropping little tiny angles, little tiny edges of this mask. I even go ahead, anytime I throw up on my story or I go into the group chat, I say order 66, like some old Star Wars shit. Everybody goes ahead and goes crazy and starts spamming Houdini's phone with some saved, like, super funny memes. Akimbo's the king of it. Because you actually, like, legit put, like, time and effort into it. I'm like, damn, you have a lot of free time, I got. And it is
They're trolling me.
Freaking hilarious. Some of the pictures that some people send, like, I am Dylan, probably sent the dirtiest one. He literally pretended he was holding something down there.
He did.
And it's long, slim, and is literally a sliver of the map. It's amazing.
Oh, Lord.
I'll let you get back to it.
All right, man. We'll see you.
Oh my God, that's.
He said, "Peace out, tripod."
Tripod. I love it.
He was talking to you.
I love it. Oh yeah. What a funny guy, man.
He's a good dude. Yeah, they've been trolling me.
I totally forgot about this. Who was it that just mentioned it? That I just talked to. I don't think the podcast is out yet. I think I was talking with Dylan. Actually, I did a podcast with him Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday night. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I talked to Dylan. He was talking about this burrito thing, slap the burrito or some shit.
The tortilla challenge.
Tortilla. So what is? So explain that real quick, because that's something between you and Rogue, right?
Oh well, it's been a trend that's been around for a little while.
Okay.
But you'll get 2, 3, 4 people, whatever. Y'all get this big ass tortilla in your hand, and you take a sip of water and you keep it in your cheeks, keep it in your mouth.
Yeah.
The last person to have water in their mouth is the winner. So you slap each other with these damn
What?
tortillas until either you laugh or you slap the damn water out of their face.
Oh shit.
So most of the time someone will just like not be looking at you and they'll just randomly backhand you with the damn tortilla. And then you see one person laugh and spit all over somebody. And then
Oh
everybody's,
shit.
they just start spitting on each other with water. Like,
Yeah.
it's pretty funny. So
Okay.
I told him, he's been giving me shit about my mask. I was like, look, fool, I'm coming to EA. I want that mask. I said, you won't have it done by then, And he says I said 4 tortilla slaps. I didn't say 4. That's bullshit, Rogue. You're a pretty husky fella. I'm only 5'5". Just
Oh shit.
I bet it better just be a tortilla. If I catch part of your hand behind that, we're gonna have problems, bruh. There's gonna be problems.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
He's a husky man. So
Uh-huh.
I told him I'm gonna put baby powder on my shit and slap him.
Oh shit.
That's because they call me Houdini. I said by the time the powder settles, you won't know where the hell I'm at. I'm out.
Gone.
I'm gone, bro.
That's awesome. Is that how you got Houdini, by the way?
So Pumbaa and a lot of the
Disappeared.
guys on the Praetorians made that name for me. So
Gotcha.
this was pre-Speed QB, right? This is more open play, pub play.
Yeah.
I was typically the front guy that runs in gung ho, fucking take the room, hold the room type shit. So
Yeah.
they would see me in the front, just fucking gone and holding down. You'll see, we'll be watching Pumbaa's footage, for example. He'll look to his left and you'll see me. He'll look to the right. He'll come back to the left and I'm gone. I'm nowhere to be seen. He'll come back to the right and now I'm over here. So
shit.
I move a lot. Like I'll fucking I'll run the whole field, bro. If I see there's
Right.
3 people shooting over there, I'm fucking running over there,
Yeah.
So I started popping up randomly on everybody's footage. Just so Houdini, there we have it.
Perfect, man. I love it.
Just kind of stuck. I rode with it.
Hell yeah. I love it, man. This is it's been really cool meeting you. Thank you so much for being on. Yeah, dude.
Pleasure.
It's been awesome. The phone call with Rogue too is classic. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be making it to Rhode Island for the EA. So many people have talked to me about it. I know, dude. I know. Okay, well, I can't say I'm definitely not. I haven't decided yet.
You don't want that ass whooping from the wifey.
Yeah, you heard that? I'm like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and buy a plane ticket for that.
When I heard what you said, I was like, totally understandable. I've been married 13 years. I kind of get it. Like,
no shit, dude. Well, normally her and I have gone together out to Utah every time. And so this is the first time I didn't because I'm working on this room and I'm buying all these supplies. And I'm like, yeah, I don't have the money for this stuff. I'm not going out there. Because if I go out there, we have to buy a hotel room and we can't just stay with, But when she went, she could just stay with them. And so anyway, it's, so now I'm like, I'm really trying to work behind the scenes to see if I can get a way to get up there and back. So anyway, well, I don't know, but
it'll be nice. It'll be nice. It's going to be a huge
really
event.
cool. Yeah, for real.
Oh.
Well, I appreciate you, man. It's great to meet you. Yeah. And fellow jarhead at that. And definitely chewed some of the same dirt.
Yeah. Sand, dirt, blood.
Right. Hell yeah, man. Awesome, dude. Well, I appreciate you, man. Everybody listen, go to, is it HSA Houdini on Instagram?
It is. It's hsa.houdini.10, the number 10, 10. You'll find me. Yep.
Go follow his Instagram, hit him up, tell him if you found out about him from this podcast, let him know that you did, and share the airsoft love, and we'll all get to meet each other through here, and I'm really looking forward to talking to some other people about this, some kind of national ranking system.
Yep.
I want to get this thing started because it's I would love to see who is the best Speed QB team in America, and we can't see that yet. Nope. So
we're itching. There's a lot of us itching for the same thing. But you nailed it. We need a blanket setting of rules before that can happen.
Absolutely.
Yep. So
awesome. Well, I appreciate you again, man. Thank you so much, and you have a good night, bro.
Raw, you have a good night, man.